Hi, my name is Dr. Stewart Lonky. I am board certified in internal medicine, pulmonary medicine, and critical care medicine. Last week, I spoke to some of you about the fact that it was very important to test the entire population as far as coronavirus is concerned. I haven't changed my opinion. In fact, it's become stronger. Now, this is not to diminish the importance of making more personal protective equipment, more ventilators. Gosh, as a pulmonologist, I understand the importance of having enough equipment to take care of those people who are really sick, who are in intensive care units, and who run the risk of dying. But I want you to remember something. This is a small pool of the patients who are infected with the coronavirus. You see, we understand that in the general population, there are people who are infected with the virus. We'll call them positives, but they're well. There's also a much larger group of people who are not infected. We'll call them negatives. The fact of the matter is, not every coronavirus positive is going to get sick. But understand this, the sick can only come from those who are positive for coronavirus. Thus, the importance of testing the entire population who is ostensibly well. Why is that important? Because that is the population from which the new cases of very sick patients will come from. This is intuitive. It's pretty obvious. The second thing that's important is by testing the entire population, we can isolate those patients who are positive. Now, I'm going to make some recommendations, which I'm going to tell you are not easy. They may not even be possible. They probably are not legal under the current circumstances in this country. But they are certainly worth considering, and they're certainly worth discussing. If we could go through the entire population, and we can test for those that are positive, we need to isolate those who are positive. How do we isolate them? Well, one place we can isolate them is by putting them in an isolation situation. We have a lot of empty hotels. We have empty cruise ships. We have hotel workers that are probably going to turn out to be positive. If we can have a repository of positive patients for the coronavirus who are not sick, and they can stay there for 15 to 30 days, they will become negative. Those that are negative need to be tested a second time, because testing patients one time and coming up negative for the coronavirus may mean they are very early in the infection, and they may not be positive yet. But if you are negative twice, I'll call those double negatives, then you're really negative. And there's no reason for those people not to go back to work. The positives are isolated. The negatives are back in the economy again. There will be those patients who are coronavirus positive who want to stay home. And that's fine. But it just means everybody else in that house has to be isolated for 30 days. We can deliver meals. We can do their grocery shopping for them. But the whole idea is to starve the virus from human hosts. If all the positives are either at home with their families, not outside, and not shopping, or in a hotel or a cruise ship or a mobile hotel or whatever, being taken care of by other positives, then the positives are identified. They can be treated if effective treatment comes along, but the number of new positives will stop. Basically, we starve the virus. Now, there are lots of things that you can calculate from this, but taking one look at South Korea's numbers, it looks like about 2.7% of the population, if you test everyone, is going to be positive. It could be less than that in this country. We've been doing social distancing now for a week, and it's probably paid off. But in the long run, it's only delaying the inevitable because there's a large population of otherwise well positive people, coronavirus infected people, who are infecting negatives. And nobody knows who they are. The only way we find out is to test the entire population. Can we make 400 million tests? Can we really do it? I think we can. I think if we focus our attention on testing the entire population over a period of a few weeks, we will know what we're up against. Anyway, that's one man's opinion, one man's idea. But until we start testing the entire population, I think we're just delaying rather than fixing a problem. Thank you.